Are you thinking about moving to Tucson, Arizona, and you're kind of geared towards the east or northeast side of town? Well, you might want to stick around for today's video because I'm going to show you some unique homes in the $700,000 up to $1 million range that might get your attention. Let's get to it. If you're new to this channel and want to learn everything from A to Z about living in Tucson, AZ, then click subscribe and tap that bell for notifications so you can be the first to learn about the current market in Tucson, Arizona. Hi, I'm Dustin Smith. My wife Jennifer and I have helped hundreds of people just like you move to and from Tucson, Arizona. So whether you're moving in 12 days, 12 weeks, or 12 months, give us a call, shoot us a text or an email so we can help you make that smooth move to Tucson. So before we go check out a few homes and neighborhoods, I know some people kind of wonder, what is it about a certain area of town that creates a draw to that section? So, just to fill you in on the east side of town, in case you're not familiar, what the draw is in the area, there's definitely a few major things that bring people into the east side of town. So the east side of town is mostly established. Most of the area is already developed. There are, of course, a few builders in the area, things that pop up here and there, some of the space being filled in, but it's not crazy busy with a lot of construction or anything. So, that's pretty nice. You know where things are at. Things are typically staying that way for a while. It's a pretty, successful area of town, especially when you take into account looking at some of the retail options. Now, I know for the past several years, a lot of major retailers have been closing down. And having a little bit of experience in retail myself, I can tell you that some of those big box stores on the east side of town tend to do a little bit better than their other stores in different sections of town. So the east side Home Depot tends to do pretty well. Some Best Buys around have closed down, but the Best Buy on the east side is still standing. We have the Park Place Mall at Broadway and Wilmot, which is doing okay for a mall. I mean, every mall has its problems in 2025, but there's definitely some good stores right there. It's good activity. Most of the food court still has people selling food in there. Some pretty good restaurants, and then of course there are some good restaurants and major chains all over the east side of town. So if you're looking for something familiar, you've got all your major chains. If you're looking for something local, you've got great breakfast, lunch, and dinner options. So if you're looking for a good breakfast, and you're on the east side, there's few good options, but one of them I'm going to point you towards is going to be the Happy Rooster over at 22nd and Sarnoff. Now, it's just kind of a fun one, but the service is great there. The food is good and definitely reasonably priced. And if you're looking for a good dinner option, the Horseshoe Grill. And if you want something fast and really kind of representative of Tucson, a major one I'm going to recommend is EG's. Now, I know some locals are going to be like, hey, EG's isn't local anymore. It got bought out by a bigger chain. And then, of course, they did, some of the stores closed down a few weeks back, claiming, bankruptcy. But there's still a few of the more successful stores open, and EG's is a Tucson original. You can go in there and basically get a slushie. They do flavors of the month in there. They have some great sandwiches, and they're still just a major staple of Tucson. Now, shopping and dining is great, of course, but you might be wondering what there is to do. And if you've watched any of my videos in the past, I've probably mentioned Saguaro National Park, specifically Saguaro National Park East. That is just because there is just endless hiking out here, and just endless beauty. Looking out, towards the mountains, enjoying everything that nature has to offer out here. And if we get some good rain, then there'll be water crossings, there'll be waterfalls in the mountains. Some of those hikes actually just really kind of become a little more magical after a good monsoon or snow melt. So yeah, Saguaro National Park East, you have Sabino Canyon. Those are our major go-to ones, and basically anything that goes into the mountains. Go up Mount Lemmon. You actually access Mount Lemmon from the Catalina Highway on Tucson's northeast side. So, yeah, outdoor stuff, very plentiful. And we're going into summer right now, so not everyone's really into, hiking, cycling, or, going outdoors to do stuff, but there is plenty of indoor stuff to do on the east side. I mean, there's a few bowling alleys on the east side, which, we're finally starting to get into a little bit, and that's great, going in there, enjoying, controlled weather, having a pint, and listening to some good music in a lot of cases as well. So you also have, I mentioned the mall, so they have a couple different arcades around the east side, a few different movie theaters. So cinemas, plentiful, and the movie theaters on the east side, they're basically, all updated. They have their luxury loungers. Some of them are, gonna serve you food right in your seat. So, Tucson's definitely getting with it when it comes to all of that. And then, going back to kind of the outdoor stuff again, you actually do have some definitely well-established parks on Tucson's east side. So you have Lincoln Park with, baseball fields, soccer fields, great, walking and jogging paths around there. Little like nature exploration areas, the Wagging Tails Bark Park. I don't know why I messed that up so badly right now. Sorry about that. Which is, nice, big, open, grassy dog park with actually 3 different sections on it. Small dogs, large dogs, and then a rotation out. So they can always keep, the grass in relatively good shape. Then you've got Lakeside Park, so they actually do stock that one with fish. You can go fishing or just kind of walk around this, giant pond or, lake, depending on how you look at it. And if you do like cycling, you'll probably be pleased to know that Tucson's east side has several access points to Tucson's The Loop bicycle tracks, which is over 100 miles of paved bicycle tracks that weave all throughout Tucson, even going up to Oro Valley. So if that's something you're interested in, if you didn't know about it, there's definitely some great maps online that show you all the different areas that the Tucson Loop goes to. And Tucson's east side is only about 20 minutes away from downtown Tucson in, probably on average, and that's a great place to go to some, major Tucson events, the street fair, some good concerts go on downtown, go to the U of A, enjoy some U of A football games. So definitely a lot to access from Tucson's east side, which definitely makes it a very attractive place to live. Now, of course, a couple quick market stats just to give you an idea of what the housing market looks like for single family homes in the east side of town. So when we're looking at east and northeast, the highest priced selling home in the last 6 months was $3.6 million over in the Tanque Verde area. And the lowest priced single family home was $220,000 at Broadway and Pantano, which is east side. We're starting to get a little bit closer to what's considered central right there. And then your median sales price is actually going to be about $375,000 with over 700 homes sold in the last 6 months. So yeah, let's go check out a few homes. All right, starting things off today, I'm up in the Tanque Verde area, and this home behind me is currently listed with Long Realty at $695,000, so just underneath that $700,000 price point, and it's a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bathroom home, 2,750 square foot on 0.8 acres, and it was built in 1986. So that 0.8 acres, you have a completely walled in backyard. You have a beautiful pool back there, and the backyard actually does face towards the Catalina Mountains. If you're not familiar with the Tanque Verde area, it's pretty much nestled up against both the Rincons and the Catalina Mountains. So some of the best mountain views right here, and we're really close to the Catalina Highway right here, which is that main road that goes up Mount Lemmon. So there's a little bit of road noise from that right here, but great proximity if you want to go up the mountain right there and go enjoy some of the hiking or just the escape from the hot weather of the summer and get up the mountain right there. When you go into the house, there's definitely some tasteful updates. The kitchen has newer cabinets, newer appliances. You have wood slats on the ceiling in there. different areas of the home have different flooring. It looks like you got laminate in there, some parquet flooring, some porcelain tiles. Overall, just, you know, a beautiful piece of property and a great setup. There might be some things in there that you might want to change, some things that may be specific to people that have lived in the home before. But really, I mean, who doesn't want to put their own touch on their home when they move in? So I got some more to show you guys today. Let's go check out some more. All right, our next property, this beautiful gated property behind me, brought to you by EXP for $875,000. Their current list price is a 2,318 square foot, 4-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom home sitting on 3.01 acres, built in 1995. Now this is horse property right here. So you have a horse arena, you have corrals, tack room, they have chicken coops here. The house itself does have like a walled in backyard with a pool and a hot tub. If you go in the house, it's mostly tile from what I can see in there. You do have like stained wood doors throughout the house. You have the beautiful stained wood cabinets in there, stainless steel appliances. And from the kitchen, you can see straight into the backyard through a large screen room right there. So that's great for the summertime, keep some of the bugs away, but still have your outdoor space right there. And you see straight through that screen room out towards the Catalina Mountains. So Catalina Mountains being off to the north. Again, one of these backyards faces off towards the Catalinas. But right here too, we're also pretty close to the Rincon. So if I look off to the east over here, this is actually Speedway Road right here, which Speedway is one of the main roads that goes through Tucson. But we're so far east right here, the traffic is starting to calm down. If you follow that all the way down right there, I started today's video at Saguaro National Park East. There's actually a great trailhead down there that brings you into a different section of Saguaro National Park East, which is actually one of the main trailheads to really go through Mount Micah. And like there's trails that go through there for days. Like you can do some great backpacking stuff and end up on the other side of the Rincons off into like the Happy Valley or J6 and Benson area. Down that way, you also have the Tanque Verde Guest Ranch, which is really like an upscale place to stay. If you're looking for an upscale place to stay in Tucson, it's a great place. They do some horseback riding there that'll actually take you straight into the Saguaro National Park. They also have a great steakhouse. Actually had a lot of friends growing up that worked at the Tanque Verde Guest Ranch and had a lot of fun. And there was even like a Nickelodeon show that was filmed there. So, a lot of history, a lot of beauty in the area. If you're exploring Tucson, that might be one of the areas you just go visit for fun right there. So I got one more home to show you guys today. Let's go. All right, and kind of capping off the high point of the homes that we're gonna talk about today, this beautiful home behind me, which I know you can't see from ground level, so I got some extra footage for you on this one, is currently listed at $975,000. Now it was $1 million even when I first set out to do this video for you guys today, but they just did a price drop, so $975,000 right now. And that is 2,652 square foot for the main home and 745 square foot for a separate detached casita on this. Now the home is sitting on about 2.92 acres, which one of the reasons why you can't see it, you have that beautiful walled in part of the property, mature landscaping, as the home was built in 1974. You have hot and cold pools around there. And we're located pretty close to Escalante and Old Spanish Trail. And that's near Saguaro Corners, which is another one of our favorite restaurants. And right across the street from the visitor center for the Saguaro National Park East. Now, the Saguaro National Park East is quite expansive, but that's gonna be like the more touristy part of the Saguaro National Park East. So if you're just coming and you want a good drive-through section, you're gonna come right over here to go check out the national park. Everything's real close. I mean, this is really being on the edge of town with a ton of acreage. It's definitely a house that kind of speaks to me. They have the 3-car garage, they have a workshop, craft room, cinema room. There's really just so much going on with this one and a little bit of something for everybody. As long as you're okay with, a home that's a little bit older, it doesn't look older when you go inside of it, but you have some of those like lower ceilings that you have in ranch homes, but you've got newer tile in a lot of the home. You've got some saltillo tile that's a little bit kind of like an off gray, where most of the saltillas you see out there are like a reddish orange. You have just updated bathrooms, updated kitchen, cabinets, everything within the home has just that fresh touch to it to make it feel like more of like a modern home and really not dated at all. So yeah, great job to Mountain Retreat real estate experts on this listing. Don't see these guys around very often, but this is definitely a good one to have your name on. So, you know, shout out to you guys on this listing. So of course, thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to hit that like button. And if you haven't already, click subscribe and tap that bell for notifications so you can be the first to learn about the current market in Tucson, Arizona. And if you or someone you know is thinking about moving to or from Tucson, we'd love to hear from you, love to help you out. Give us a call, shoot us a text or an email. Our contact information is in the description below. And if there's something you'd like us to do a video on, or something you think we missed on this one, let us know in the comments. I mean, we'd love to hear from you guys no matter what. Any kind of feedback you have, we look forward to. And again, thank you for watching. See you soon.